Hello. In this series of videos, I'm going to tell you some interesting things about language, but this story is totally different now. I'm not going to teach you how to speak English or how to write English in these videos. I'm going to share some facts about languages with you and how languages affect our life and what the role of language in human life is, has been, and it's going to be in the future. And where is language in our life? There are lots of facts about language and languages that many people do not know in the world, and they never care about that. We are born with a language. We are born into a language community. And we start speaking very fast, maybe after 1 year, after 2 years, or anything. But the most important thing for the family might be the language first. If you don't start speaking after 2 years, then definitely your mom will take you to a doctor and ask them why my child is not starting speaking. This means that language is important. And more things even. Language has got even bigger role in our life. You're thinking, yes, right, you're using a language to think. You're communicating with other people, you should know a language. You're going to read something, you should know the language. You're going to find the direction on the Google map or anything else. You're going to listen to my video, then you should know a language. We should have a tool for our communication, but that's not the whole story. Language is even more than just communicating. You're going to express your feeling. You're not talking to anybody, just you're talking to yourself. Yes, most of our life, we are talking to ourselves. We've got an inner talk almost all of the time. Even sometimes we've got overthinking, which is a big problem, and we are just reviewing the things that happened to us in the past or the thing which is going to happen to us in the future. Then what is this phenomenon which is intertwined with every aspect of our life? Have you ever thought about that? Yes. As a language teacher, I've always been thinking about language as a very mysterious phenomenon in our life, as a big mystery of our life. Whatever we've got now, technology, knowledge, information, history, anything that you can think of, is coming to us through language. Then what is language? Do you think that the linguists have been able to give a very clear and vivid and let's say fixed definition about language? No, they have never been able to provide a fixed definition for language. And you might say that, okay, this is language. No, when you put language into a social context, it has got a different definition than when you are thinking about language as something in your mind, as a cognitive ability to think and to analyze and other things. Then when we are talking or when we are learning a new language, what happens here? These are all big questions for the scientists. I'm not a scientist. I'm not even a linguist, but I am a human. I am somebody who has been using languages or a language all of my life, like you, every individual of you. So we are thinking about everything in our life. We are thinking about money. We are thinking about our relationship. We are thinking about everything. But have we ever thought about what we're using as a language, the thing that is always with us? Whenever you want to write, to make a small note, you just pick up a pen and start writing. Then you're using the language and the choice of the words which are coming to you. Then why did you choose this one, not that one, when you texted your friend? If you have selected that word, then your text might have made a stronger relationship between you and your friend. But by selecting this word, you broke one relationship totally. What happened? It was just a word. Yes, just a word. But remember that whatever we have got in this life has already been made by a word. This is a very long story, and I'm going to make it as simple as possible for you because I've been thinking about it and I've been reading about that. I know that you might know even more than the knowledge that I have, but I'm just as a teacher, I have the ability to simplify complex and complicated concepts and ideas for you. This is going to be a different lesson. Totally different from the other things that I've been teaching, totally different from my classes where I was teaching grammar to you or vocabulary or IELTS preparation courses. I'm not going to call it philosophy of language, which could be. I'm not going to call this course psychology of language, which could be. And I'm not going to call it sociology of language, which could be. It could be any of these, and it could be all of them, and it could be none of them individually. So wait for my videos regarding language, the most complicated and mysterious phenomenon in our life, the tool through which God has been communicating with people. Language, the tool through which we have been building our relationships, our family, just through one word or maybe one sentence. Then the sentence is made up of words also. We can even say that word is the origin of our life. Social life and even individual life is not possible without language. So, I'm sure that you will be excited about what is going to happen in these videos, and I am excited about that myself because this is something that I have been waiting for almost 20, maybe more than 20, 25 or 30 years of my life when I was alone and reading about language, reading linguistics books and reading psychology of language, reading about sociology of language and grammar and vocabulary and everything, literature. Remember literature? Literature is the world itself. Any language, any country, any social community has got its own literature. And through literature, you can see their life better than reading history even deeper than reading history. History might not be telling you all the facts and all the details of a social life, all the details of a community's life, but literature can tell you the facts and details of the life of a nation or a country. And what happens here? All of them happen through language. Then do you think it's fair that we as humans think about everything, but we never think about the language that we are using? We never appreciate the words that we are using. We are just throwing them out of our mouth or out of our pen, and we break a relationship. We destroy somebody's personality. We damage somebody's feeling. We do a lot of things, and even sometimes one word ends the life of a person or starts a new life or makes a relationship formal. Now let's think about language and see. In this video, I'm also going to share some facts about languages of the world that we have not heard before and maybe we have not cared about them. I'm just going to raise our consciousness about language and languages and language itself as a phenomenon, the thing that we are all the time using. And even when we are talking to ourselves, the inner talk that we have got, how careful we should need to be in the selection of the words, because each word that you are using in your mind and repeating it to yourself is going to program your mind. So we need to be conscious of what is happening around us and in our mind through the language. I'm just going to help all of us not to underestimate the importance and the significance of language as something in our life. So, wait for the next video and share your comments and ideas with me to help me to provide better information and more information with you. then we might know more about ourselves when we know about language, because language is a part of us. It's not just a part of us, language is us, because we, without language, cannot do anything. When I'm saying language, I do not mean a specific language like English, Persian, Arabic, Chinese, or any other languages. I'm talking about the concept and the phenomenon of language. Let's think about language until the next video, and we will start a dialogue together about language and the role of language. Language could have prevented many wars in the world that happened, and the source of many of the wars in the world was language. So wait for the next video. I'm sure that we are going to have very interesting and amazing discussion together about the most important and the most mysterious phenomenon in human life, from the first human on the earth until now, and what language is going to do in the future. See you.